Chapter 7. Python Programming Beyond the Basics. An ordered set of instructions or commands to be executed by a computer is called a program. The language used to specify those sets of instructions to the computer is called a programming language. For example, Python, C, C++, Java, etc. Python is a very popular and easy-to-learn programming language created by Guido van Rossum in 1991. It is used in a variety of fields, including software development, web development, scientific computing, big data, and artificial intelligence. In the previous class, you have learnt a little about Python. In this class, we will explore it. Identifiers. In programming languages, identifiers are names used to identify a program's variable, function, or other entities. The rules for naming an identifier in Python are as follows. The name should begin with an uppercase, lowercase alphabet, or underscore sign. This may be followed by any combination of characters AZ, 0 to 9, or underscore. Thus, an identifier cannot start with a digit. It can be of any length. It should not be a keyword or reserved word. You cannot use special symbols like @, hashtag, $, %, etc. in identifiers. Variables. A variable is a name that refers to a value. In mathematics and statistics, we usually use variable names like x and y. In Python, you can use any word as a variable name as long as it starts with a letter or an underscore. However, it should not be a reserved word in Python such as for, while, class, lambda, etc., as these words encode special functionality in Python. It can be helpful to think of a variable as a box that holds some information, a single number, a vector, a string, etc. Fact GPT. Python programs get structured through indentation, i.e., code blocks are defined by their indentation. All the statements in conditional and looping statements are structured using indentation, one tab space. This principle makes it easier to read and understand other people's Python code. Data types. Every value belongs to a specific data type in Python. Data type identifies the type of data that a variable can hold and the operations that can be performed on those data. Data types in Python. Numbers, sequences, sets, none, mappings, integer, floating point, complex, boolean, string, lists, tuples, dictionaries. Fact GPT. A value is a piece of data that a computer program works with, such as a number or text. There are different types of values. 42 is an integer and hello is a string. Numbers. Number data type stores numerical values only. It is further classified into three different types: int, float, and complex. Type/class. Description. Examples. Int. Integer numbers. Examples. Float. Floating point numbers. Examples. Complex. Complex numbers. Examples. Boolean data type bool is a subtype of an integer. It is a unique data type consisting of two constants, true and false. Boolean true value is non-zero, non-null and non-empty. Boolean false value is 0. Sequence. A Python sequence is an ordered collection of items where each item is indexed by an integer value. Three types of sequence data types available in Python are strings, lists, and tuples. A brief introduction to these data types is as follows. String is a group of characters. These characters may be alphabets, digits, or special characters including spaces. String values are enclosed either in single quotation marks, for example, or in double quotation marks, for example. The quotes are not a part of the string, they are used to mark the beginning and end of the string for the interpreter. For example, numerical operations cannot be performed on strings even when the string contains a numeric value. For example, str2 is a numeric string. List is a sequence of items separated by commas and items are enclosed in square brackets. Note that items may be of different date types. For example, tuple is a sequence of items separated by commas and items are enclosed in parentheses. This is unlike the list, where values are enclosed in brackets. Once created, we cannot change items in the tuple. Similar to list, items may be of different data types. For example, set. It is an unordered collection of items separated by commas and the items are enclosed in curly brackets. A set is similar to a list except that it cannot have duplicate entries. Once created, elements of a set cannot be changed. None. It is a special data type with a single value. It is used to signify the absence of value in a situation. None supports no special operations and it is neither same as false nor 0, 0. For example, mapping. It is an unordered data type in Python. Currently, there is only one standard mapping data type in Python called dictionary. Dictionary holds data items in key-value pairs. Items in a dictionary are enclosed in curly brackets. Dictionaries permit faster access to data. Every key is separated from its value using a colon sign. The key-value pairs of a dictionary can be accessed using the key. The keys are usually strings and their values can be any data type. In order to access any value in the dictionary, we have to specify its key in square brackets. For example, operators. An is used to operator perform a specific mathematical or logical operation on values. The values that the operators work on are called operands. For example, in the expression 10 plus num, the value 10 and the variable num are operands and the plus sign is an operator. Python supports several kinds of operators. In this class, we will learn about arithmetic operators. Python supports arithmetic operators that are used to perform the 4 basic arithmetic operations as well as modular division, floor division, and exponentiation. Operator. Operation. Description. Example, try in lab. Addition. Adds the two numeric values either side of the operator. This operator can also be used to concatenate two strings on either side of the operator. Examples. Subtraction. Subtracts the operand on the right to the operand on the left. Examples. Multiplication. Multiplies the two values on both sides of the operator. Repeats the item on left of the operator if first operand is a string and second operand is an integer value. Examples. Division. Divides the operand on the left by the operand on the right and returns the quotient. Examples. Modulus. Divides the operand on the left by the operand on the right and returns the remainder. Examples. Floor division. Divides the operand on the left by the operand on the right and returns the quotient by removing the decimal part. It is sometimes also called integer division. Examples. Exponent performs exponential power calculation on operands, that is, raise the operand on the right. Examples: Fact GPT. Operator precedence determines the order in which expressions are evaluated. This helps us predict the outcome of an expression, which in turn determine the overall value of the expression. Let's write a Python program to find the sum of two numbers. Hash to find the sum of two given numbers. Source code in script mode. Hash to print function in Python displays the output. Output in interactive mode. Output 35. Identity operators. Identity operators in Python include is and is not. They are used to check if two values or variables refers to the same object in memory. Two variables that are equal do not necessarily imply that they are identical. Identity operators are used for comparing objects' reference, not just their values. Logical operators. Logical operators are used for combining conditional statements. The logical operators are and, or, not. Operator. Description. Example: and returns true if both statements are true. X and Y. Or returns true if one of the statements is true. X or Y. Not reverses the result. Not X. Membership operators. In and not in are the membership operators in Python. They are used to test whether a value or variable exists in a sequence, like a string, list, tuple, set, or dictionary. In a dictionary, these operations test only for the presence of a key, not the value. Assignment operators. Assignment operators are used in Python to assign values to variables. A is equal to 5 is a simple assignment operator that assigns the value 5 to the variable A. There are various compound operators in Python, like a plus is equal to 5 that adds to the variable and later assigns the same. It is equivalent to A is equal to A plus 5. Bitwise operators. Bitwise operators act on operands as if they were strings of binary digits. Bitwise operators are used for comparing binary numbers. They operate bit by bit, hence the name. For example, 2 is 10 in binary and 7 is 111. Comparison operators. Comparison operators are used for comparing values. It returns either true or false according to the condition. Operators used are greater than, less than, equal to, not equal to, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Recapitulate. An ordered set of instructions or commands to be executed by a computer is called a program. Python is a very popular and easy-to-learn programming language created by Guido van Rossum in 1991. An identifier cannot start with a digit. Data type identifies the type of data that a variable can hold and the operations that can be performed on those data. Boolean data type bool is a subtype of an integer. An operator is used to perform a specific mathematical or logical operation on values. Gloss GPT. Underscore, a line drawn under a word or phrase for emphasis. Indexed, a more or less detailed alphabetical listing. Exponentiation, the operation of raising one quantity to the power of another.